everyone. Welcome to today's webinar. Hello to those who are already in the chat box: Alvin, Rosalinda, John Paul, Jolimar, Jacqueline, Annalyn, Virgilio. Hello and welcome. Before anything else, just in case you guys have not followed us on Instagram, we have a QR code here that'll lead you to our Instagram account, and you will get a lot of amazing and free info on data analytics. So just feel free to scan that QR code. Okay, I'll give you time to do that, maybe like a few seconds. Okay. All right. So what are we going to be learning today? We are going to be learning the 5 tips for beginners in Power BI and learn how to master a new profession. And as a token of our appreciation, you will be getting a guide, the top 10 mistakes beginners in data analytics should avoid. My name is Tabitha Hamlang, and I will be your webinar host for today. Okay, so how to use the webinar room. If you can see that there is a Q&A only tab right beside the chat tab, feel free to direct all of your questions here regarding today's topic or maybe even our course. There's also a polls tab here, which is asking, what is your current job? And interestingly enough, we don't have any current data analysts here. So I'm very curious what your current job is. Can you let me know in the comments? And I will read some of them, okay? All right. Also, just in case you have any issues at all with, let's say, the video or the audio, might I suggest that you exit the webinar room first or refresh it and then see how that works. All right. Okay, so I would love to know a little bit more about you. Where are you guys from? If you don't want to put your current profession, where are you watching from in the Philippines? Please feel free to type that in. Okay, we have Alvin, who is a teacher, project manager. Hillary, hello, welcome. And keep them coming, you guys. Armand, insurance professional. Jolimar, web content specialist. Great. So just know that even if we don't read your comments out loud, we do read them, okay? So let's make this webinar very engaging and very interactive, okay? So just feel free to put in your comments here as we get along. Okay, we have some from Marikina. Jacqueline, a housewife. Another teacher, nice, Quezon City. So it's nice that we're all here from different areas and from different professions, and we're just here to learn together. Okay, so welcome. So, speaking of learning, what are we going to be learning today? So first of all, why you need to start in data analytics right now. What is going on in this field, okay? And why are data analysts currently in demand? What is the landscape looking like? And what you need to know to become a pro Sorry about that, you guys. Okay, I'm back. Okay. So where are we? Okay, how to optimize our webinar. Okay, so as I mentioned, you can easily listen to us in the background, but you will only retain about 10 to 15% of the information. And we don't want that. Let's make the most out of your time today. And hopefully, you guys are able to really focus on today's webinar and get serious results right away and put everything into practice. So we highly recommend that you put your mobile phone aside. If you're using your laptop, close all unnecessary tabs in your browser and maybe even your social media notifications, okay? And take notes and ask questions as we go along. Now, as a token of our appreciation, as I mentioned, for staying all the way until the end of the webinar, you will be getting 2 gifts from us. The first one is the top 10 mistakes beginners in data analytics should avoid, something you might want to get. And the second one is actually a very special discount on our data analytics course. And if in case you guys want to already register for our data analytics course, we will have the offer and the link to the offer here available for you. So I'd love to know as well, why are you guys here? What do you want to learn specifically? And again, don't be shy. Just put in your comments and let me know what you want to learn today. And I will be reading them later on. Again, feel free to ask questions and we'll try our best to answer all of them. So who are we? We are Refocus Philippines, and Refocus is a global online educational platform. And we actually cater to people who are looking for a new career in data analytics. We also provide up-to-date practical skills for your career advancement and your business growth. And we're very happy to say that we have helped thousands of people in several countries already to find their new profession. And now we're here in the Philippines, and we are very excited to be sharing what we know and all this information with all of you. We're also glad to say that we are the #1 digital course here in the Philippines, and we are the #1 website according to similarweb.com. We've educated 3,550 students here in the Philippines, and we currently have 55 batches of students studying right now, and hopefully you can be part of our next batch. We're also a member of these associations in the Philippines, as well as a Facebook business partner. So let's get to it. I know you guys are excited to learn. Okay, our speaker for today is a business intelligence manager. He is a Power BI and data storytelling facilitator and creator of these workshops. And he's also a Refocus mentor and lecturer. So I'm pretty sure you guys are going to be learning a lot from him today. Again, take notes, ask questions. Here is Dom Lasqueri. Hi, Dom.
Hi, Tabitha. Thanks for the introduction. Hi, guys. I hope you're having a nice evening. Again, I'm Dom, and I'm one of Refocus's mentors. And also, as a full-time job, I'm a business intelligence manager at my company, Arcadis, which is a construction and engineering firm. Tonight, I'll tell you a little bit about data analytics and also share with you my story as to how I got into it. So, short background about me, I have 7 years of data analytics experience. And my specializations are data visualization and analytics translation. I've also held a couple of workshops at my company right now. And I've had the fantastic opportunity of working with Google while I was working at a BPO called Cognizant. And we wrote some algorithms there for their contact service staffing. So like call center. So we manage their call centers around the globe. Yeah. Let me tell you about my story. So I started out as a call center agent at TELUS. That was my very first job. And honestly, it was tough answering calls back to back, and working the night shift, that especially. And that's partly the reason why I quit after 3 months. Then I played music at a couple of bars for the next couple of months. after that TELUS gig. But the pay in music was barely enough for me to make a living. So I went back to the BPO industry. So this is what I consider as the start of my career, because this time I was in it for the long haul. Yeah. I got a job as a loans underwriter, which is back office work at Acquire BPO. And I did that job for a year. And part of my job was using a tool in Excel to calculate how much money we can lend to our customers. Along the way, I improved that tool's user interface and formulas just so I can clear through my workload faster. My supervisors noticed I was doing so well and found out about what I did in Excel. So one of those supervisors was a quality assurance analyst who came up to me one time and said I should really try my luck in this department of theirs called workforce management. She got my resume, passed it on to that department's director, who then interviewed me, and I got promoted, luckily, to a reporting analyst role. So that's kind of how data analytics found me. One thing to note is when I was starting out in the role, I had no idea how big Excel was, right? The formulas I knew at the time while I was still a back office agent were just sum and if. I didn't even know, if you're already aware or are familiar with Excel, I didn't know VLOOKUP existed at that point. Looking back, it was tough starting out knowing close to nothing, and that's why we're here to give you the best start you can get in your data analytics journey. So this is how, kind of like the timeline of how my data analytics career started out in Acquire. So I was hired as a financial underwriter or a loans underwriter. The QA kind of gave me the opportunity that I should try out as a data analyst, and luckily I got in, and I was promoted to that role. And in a year and a half, I became a senior report analyst. And I'm going to tell you about more details how I got to that point, right? How I succeeded. So first, the really key part here is the director of our department, the role where I was promoted to, assigned a really good mentor, a really good reporting analyst, the whole time I was there, because they knew that I didn't know much about Excel and reporting and dashboard and all that technical stuff. A mentor was assigned to me, so that was really key. And that guy taught me everything I knew in Excel, and I'm still really grateful to him. So I along the way while I was being mentored, I learned how to make dashboards in Excel. But once it become kind of second nature, right? Like it kind of became easy how to make dashboards. It kind of became repetitive. I started dipping my hand into reading the reports and getting the insights from the reports I made, and kind of passed it on to the people who I gave those reports out to. So I was generating the insights myself. And now the next step in my career was moving to Cognizant, and that's where our client was Google. So I got to work with Google a lot. I basically created the foundation for their reporting, all in Google Sheets and also Excel. They didn't like us working with Excel because it's Google. They have their own kind of version of Excel, which is Google Sheets. But I made the foundation for the reporting because we were a pioneer team. We're called the Command Center, which is basically commanding their staffing across the globe for contact service. And one key highlight I did there was I wrote an algorithm for them so that when their metric, the thing that they really want to meet or hit according to their targets, when that fails, I point them to the right direction as to how to fix it. And so, yeah, they found value in how apart from that algorithm, they really found value in all the reports. And whenever we try to generate the insights out of those reports, they really like that part. So that algorithm was the key to us moving from, just looking into the past and making charts and reporting out, to pointing them to the right direction automatically through reporting and technology, what to do or what to do next when something is not working right. Also, I learned forecasting along the way. So this is what I was talking about. I worked at Cognizant. Our client there was Google. now I'm at Arcadis, and I work as a business intelligence manager. Let's move to the next slide. So what inspires me as a data analyst? Really, it's more of the people. So as a data analyst, yes, you do need some technical skills around data mining and data visualization and all that technical skills. But half of it is really communicating with people and getting to work with them. Because once you're finished making all those reports and charts and analyses, um, the other half of the work is communicating those insights and what you see in the data to the people. And what I really like about data analysis or data analytics is um, me blending my skills with other people who know things that I don't, and we create something new that we couldn't have done if it was just us, right? So if it was just me, I couldn't do anything more of the work apart from what I already know. So that's what really excites me in data analytics. Okay, moving to the next slide. So let's kind of define or talk about what data analysts exactly are, right? So data analysts are people who help others make better decisions using data. And they can be found in a lot of places like IT, finance, and so many other industries. They're there because they specialize in skills that answer really important problems using available data that an organization has. To the next slide. So this is a high level view of what we do as data analysts. So at the core, first, we collect data. So you gather your Lego pieces, which will be your data points. Then you prepare all that data by taking some pieces out. Sometimes you don't need some a piece or maybe two, or maybe decide what's not useful to you. And also at this stage, sort them. Next, you visualize it. So data in its raw form is hard to understand, and that's where you need to visualize it using charts and graphs. And then after that, after you visualize the data, is analyzing those visuals. So this is the part when the data starts to take shape. And here you make sense out of what the data tells you by tying all those insights together. And finally, my favorite part is telling a story out of it. This is the part where you tell people what you see in the data and what we should do next. Essentially, you compel others to act upon what the data tells us. So, all right, now let's see what makes data analytics the best choice as a career path. One, so Forbes wrote an article a number of years back about how much data in the world has grown over time and how much it'll be in the next few years. What we know is that data is growing at an exponential rate from less than 5 zettabytes in 2010 to 175 zettabytes by 2025. And 1 zettabyte has 1 trillion gigabytes. That's like 7.8 million basic iPhones. Let's move to the next. And second, so there's another advantage. Because we have all of that growing data available to us, businesses need data analysts to get the value out of all that data and make better decisions out of the analysis that you can generate. So yeah, more advantages. The first one is working in data analytics. First, you have a high salary and stable salary as well. So you can make up to 120,000. There's a lot of opportunities as well in this this job market. So more into the pay. So junior data analyst here, 7 years ago I started at 22,000. So the range here that you're seeing now as a junior data analyst might be different because that was 7 years ago. So it has increased. But starting out, you can get from 30 to 50. And middle data analyst, that was when I joined Cognizant. I was in this range now at the time, sorry. And once you get really good or you have at least maybe 5 or more years of experience, you can get to this range, the 90 to 120,000. And the next advantage is around flexibility. So because of COVID, COVID, businesses started to become more open to remote working here in the Philippines, and that includes us data analysts. For more than 2 years now, and for the foreseeable future, I'm 100% remote. Mostly, I work at home, but sometimes when I feel like it, or if I feel like going out, I go to a co-working cafe nearby. Next advantage is there's tons of opportunities on the global market for data analyst roles. They pay more and you get to work on exciting problems, just like me with Google. So here are some specializations in data analytics that you can go to. So like you can be a data scientist, which is an advanced level of a data analyst, and that can earn you 170,000 pesos per month, or a data engineer, or a marketing analyst, or maybe a data architect. So these are specializations that are available to you as you pursue data analytics. So, all in all, data analytics is a great choice as a career path. The work is one, exciting. You get to work both privately and with others if you're into that. You can apply your skill set in different industries. You get flexibility in the terms of hours, or in terms of hours rather, and location. And you can come from any background, basically. Yeah. So far, do you have any questions? Just feel free to drop them in the chat.
Thanks, John. Yeah, so let's just wait for the questions to come in. In case there are any in the Q&A tab, feel free to just answer through the chat, perhaps. And John will be back with more insights and more tips for you guys. So he'll be back after this very, very quick break. Okay, guys, so are you ready to become a data analyst? Okay, and if you want to start a successful career and become an expert in data analytics, then we'd love to invite you to our course, the Data Analytics course, and we are starting next week. Now, the main goal of this program is really to help someone with zero or little knowledge in data analytics, and we want you to become an expert. Okay, so that's the goal of our course. In terms of the advantages of our course, we actually have an interactive platform with lessons, and you also get to do homework within the course. And when you do your homework, what's great about this is you get detailed feedback from the experts and from your mentors. Okay, and speaking of your mentors and your teachers, you will actually have practicing analysts with many years of experience. Okay, also we will be having 24 live sessions during the course, as well as projects that you will be working on. And these projects can actually be used as part of your portfolio. Okay, now once you graduate from the course, you will have lifetime access to all the materials plus your certificate of completion. Now, I did mention that we have 8 modules within the course, and let me just show you. All right, so from the very introduction to data analytics all the way until conducting A/B testing with Python to starting your career in data analytics. At the end of the course, you will get your certificate of completion, appreciated, of course, by your employers. Plus, actually, we have employment assistance from the Refocus Career Center. Now, during the course, you will receive a more practice-oriented approach, and this is because you will be working on real-life cases. Okay, so it's really all about trying to hone your skills as you are immersed here in this learning environment. And speaking of skills, we'll only teach you the skills that are relevant for you to start earning money. We will also be here to help you find a new job and prepare for your interviews as you slowly step out of your education. Okay, so how do we help you find a job? First of all, you will be defending your project in front of experts, okay? And then we will have a career showcase. And then from there, we will have student recommendations to our partner companies. And this is something that online courses don't usually offer, which is a job guarantee. So after the course, our students will be able to find a job within 6 months. And if you don't find a job within those 6 months from graduating, then we will return the course fee. Plus, you will get a new profession with an 80,000 pesos salary and an opportunity to work remotely for foreign companies. And I did see the polls earlier. I think it was 100%. I'm not quite sure. It looked like it was 100% of you wanted the benefit of being able to work from anywhere. Okay, so make sure to get the offer. We have the link right here. And again, we do have a special offer for all the webinar participants today. And make sure to check that out by clicking on the link. Okay, so we only have 20 spots left. Okay, so make sure to get your spot already. So I will give Dom back to you. Dom?
Yeah, I'm here.
There you go.
All right, cool. Thanks. All right, so to be a successful data analyst, you need to know the first thing, the key skill essentially, and that's how to visualize data. So what is data visualization? This is going to be your bread and butter as a data analyst. This skill is what your clients and stakeholders are going to value the most as you're starting out. So some use cases for visualization or data visualization is, a little while ago, I mentioned that in its raw form, data is hard to digest. So imagine looking at a large table of data in Excel. So it'll be tough trying to get insights from that alone, right? But if you crunch that data up in charts and graphs, or even a pivot table in Excel, if you're familiar, then all that data is going to start to make sense to you. So in the cases for the visualization, why we use data visualization is, so imagine back that you're looking at a raw form of data or an Excel spreadsheet. If you visualize that, you get to discover and explain patterns and trends. And also the data is conveyed more effectively to colleagues and decision makers, not just to you, but also your audience, right? And you have a chance to also make predictions. So this kind of touching upon the forecasting part, but there are really basic models in even Excel that you can use to make a forecast out of. And also you get factors that give you better customer insights. So just crunching up that data in charts is sometimes enough, or most of the time actually, more than enough for you to generate an insight and take action. Now, on a related note, there's this thing also called business intelligence. So business intelligence, or BI for short, is what businesses employ to make sense of their data and make good business decisions. In simple terms, BI includes data visualization, what we just talked about. There's also things like data mining, so collecting data from different sources. Process analysis, so more on the data, or aside from the data, you should analyze like how things work and how they tie together and how the data is interpreted. And also performance benchmarking, so you set your targets as a business. And yeah, those are some of the things in BI, among others. Now, what is Power BI? One of the most popular tools in the realm of business intelligence and data visualization is that. Data analysts like myself use Power BI to take data from a lot of different places, clean it up and transform it, make a report out of it, and finally share it with people in the organization who can act upon what that report tells them. So this is a view of what a Power BI report looks like. I know you can't see it, but what's really popular in Power BI right now is when you click on a data point, like if you click on somewhere in the chart, like if you click one point in the line or the bar chart at the bottom left or the bottom right, if you click one data point, the rest of the charts will filter itself according to what you click. So it's kind of interactive. So that's what really makes Power BI great and popular to users. So more on Power BI. We're going to give you some tips around how you can learn this really popular tool. And the first is to get familiar with the interface. So like with all tools, like if you have a new app in your phone, right? First thing you got to do is kind of look into it and kind of learn the ropes. So the first thing you want to do while you're starting out in Power BI is open it up, Power BI desktop, and just check out what's in there and learn the interface and what's available to you, right? So once you install that, that's the first thing you're going to want to do. Next is, don't forget about Excel. So Excel usually is the first tool that you use or learn as a data analyst. But once you kind of touch upon Power BI, don't forget about Excel, because it's usually also the tool, Excel, it's usually the tool where you get data from. So Power BI, because Excel and Power BI both comes from Microsoft, they kind of talk really well with each other. So if you're working on a Power BI report, Excel is most likely going to be the source of your data. Next tip is learn the basics of DAX. So once you start out in data analytics and you kind of get the hang of writing formulas in Excel, there's also this thing called DAX in Power BI, which stands for data analysis expressions. And that's really just also formulas, but in Power BI, right? So the formulas you're going to see in Power BI looks extremely similar with that in Excel. So don't be worried about trying to learn new formulas or new languages. They kind of look really similar. So yeah, it's good to know that there are also formulas in Power BI, just like in Excel. And also available to you in Power BI are samples from Microsoft themselves. When you go to the Power BI service, which is essentially you go into your browser and go to Power BI and log in. Once you're in there, Microsoft gives you samples of reports that you can build upon or take inspiration from and kind of check out how a Power BI is built from the ground up. But, it's a sample, so you can play around with it as much as you like. So use that to kind of get the feel around Power BI if you're really, really curious. Also, because Power BI is so popular, there's a really large community that you can rely upon if you have questions around what to do next, or if you're struggling to at a tough spot while you're making a Power BI report. So don't be afraid to ask questions online, or if you're working as a data analyst already, don't be afraid to ask your colleagues or your peers if they know about Power BI. So how to become a pro is be confident. First one, I know confidence comes with experience, but be confident that as you fail and as you make mistakes, the more you're going to learn, and the more you learn is the more you get ahead. So never stop learning and practice as much as possible, and never be afraid of challenges and the mistakes you're going to make, because that's what really going to propel you towards being a really good data analyst. And yeah, take every chance to study. Questions part.
Okay. I think you did touch up on, well, we touched up on Power BI, but someone was asking if it's required to be a data analyst and to know SQL query.
Oh, yeah, good question. Not necessarily. Usually Excel is more than enough for the job, but if the role you're applying for requires like Power BI or SQL knowledge, or SQL, sorry, yeah, definitely you're gonna need those skills. But Excel, most of the time, is more than enough.
Okay, that's good to know. Also, maybe a last question here before we move on. Are there any data analyst part-time work available? Or is it mostly full-time?
Most, like here in the Philippines, you really want full-time, but yes, there are part-time opportunities like in Reddit or in contractual work. Yeah, there are.
All right, that's good to know. I hope that answers your question, Jerome and Jolimar. Okay, thank you, Dom.
Just to add, not just
on.
Reddit, right? Like there's also online jobs that kind of pay by the hour. Yeah. So not just Reddit, but online kind of platforms that you can pick off piecemeal work.
Okay, yeah. Okay, thank you so much, Dom. And just in case anyone else asks questions in the Q&A tab, please feel free to answer them. Okay, so there are two ways for you at the end of this webinar. The first way is that you can start self-studying, which is great as well, searching for trainings on YouTube and reading articles about data analytics. But we all know that usually when we do self-study, it's quite difficult now, especially with all the information out there. How do you know which course is the best one, which teacher is the best one, and also starting to create a structure for yourself might be challenging, or it will definitely take a lot of time. Okay. So the second way is that you can join our Refocus Analytics course and get your dream job already with your high salary in just 8 months. Now, just based on Dom's story and all the benefits and advantages of becoming a data analyst, do you want to become a data analyst and work from anywhere around the world? And I'd love to see your yeses. Put them in the comments. And here's one. Do you want to double or even triple your income? And do you want to know what it's like to work for international companies? And if you answered yes to all these questions, then you definitely need to join our data analytics course. And we are starting next week. So again, our goal for this course is to help someone with zero or little knowledge in data analytics, and we want you to become a demanded expert. So what will you get on our course? It's going to be 8 months of study with 100 hours of practice and 60 hours of lectures. Okay, you will be having 24 hours of live Q&A sessions during the course, which is great. Usually in courses, you just watch videos and that's it. You sit back, relax, and watch, right? So Q&A sessions are always great for you to dive a little more deeper into the topic. You will also be getting detailed feedback from your mentors. And I did mention projects that you will be working on within the course. And these projects can be part of your CV or your portfolio for when you start to look for a job. You will also be getting your Refocus certificate. And again, we will be starting next week with only 20 spots left. All right, so we have a very user-friendly platform here. If you look at the screen on the left side, you'll see all the modules available. And once you click on one module, it'll just simply drop down and will show you all the trainings and the lessons available for that module. Super simple, very easy to work with. And in terms of our class schedule, so we have video lessons. Actually, they are pre-recorded and you can watch them anytime, okay? But I highly suggest that you join our live sessions with the experts, and this happens usually 2 to 4 times a week. Weekdays at 7 p.m. and weekends are quite flexible, so you will get your schedule once you enroll. You'll also be working on projects with your classmates based on real company briefs. Yes, Paula, the class schedule is flexible in a way, but as I mentioned, it would be nice if you can join the live sessions. Okay, so how does our digital class work? So we have the online platform, and this is your portal for learning. Okay, so this is where you will receive all the lessons, all your instructions, and your checklists and your case studies. Now, from there, you will be doing homework during the course. And when you do your homework, you actually get feedback with recommendations from your mentors and the experts. Now, again, do participate in the regular Q&A sessions with our mentors, because this will just allow you to dive deeper into the modules. And if you have any questions at all, that is a great time to ask, okay? Of course, we have to know if you've learned everything during the course. So we will be giving you an exam. And once you pass the exam, you get your certificate. And you can go 2 ways here. So you can start using your new skills already and help businesses make better decisions. You can also access our Career Center for partner vacancies. And I'll talk about that later on. Okay, so make sure to get the offer if you haven't yet. Again, we do have a special offer just for webinar participants today. And let me show you how to register. Okay, so once you click on the offer, it will lead you to this page, and it's quite simple. Just put your name, your email address, and your mobile number. Make sure to double check everything and simply click enroll, and you are in. So let's see how we learn data analytics together. As I mentioned, the course is very interactive, just like what we're doing now, where you can ask questions. You can also interact with your classmates. And yeah, there's a lot of engaging activities within the course. Now, again, the video lessons are pre-recorded, and here's just one of the examples of the video lessons. Let's say Module 2, which talks about the advanced formulas and pivot table. And this is one of your mentors and teachers, actually. I believe this is Casey, who is teaching you this module. Now we have our live Q&A sessions with the teachers. And again, I cannot emphasize this enough. Please do attend these live Q&A sessions, because this will just give you an opportunity to learn more and clarify things. And it's just a nice way also to really interact with your teachers and your classmates. Thank you so much for signing up, Sheila. Looking forward to seeing you in class. Okay, and what's great about this is that our students actually don't just meet online, they also meet offline, which is just a nice way to create a new network, a community of data analysts, and support one another outside school. Okay, now I did mention that you will be working on projects which you can use as part of your portfolio. So this is just an example of you creating an SQL query on the different activities that might lead to a person's heart disease. Okay, and you will be creating a graph and showing your results here. Now, you will also be getting professional feedback. What's great about this course is that every time you want to, just in general, like every time you want to learn something new, or if you want to really do your best in a particular industry, it's very important to have a mentor, because the mentor will know so much more about the industry, right? So they are there to give you feedback on your homework so that you can do better. They are there to answer your questions, and they are there to really help and guide you in honing your skills in data analytics while you are in this learning environment. So we also have very friendly community and group work. Okay, let me just show you a quick screenshot of just some of our students who were able to land some jobs already, even while studying. Okay, so we have a student who was able to land a data analytics job while studying data analytics with us at Refocus. And it's just nice to see all these success stories coming out. And we're looking forward to seeing yours. So let's meet the teachers in the course. Okay, so we have Mark Anthony Badiao, who is a data analyst at Schneider Electrics, and he's had experience at Teletech, Schneider Electrics, and Concentrix. We also have Boris Piakilia here, who has a PhD in control theory and system analysis. And he has also worked at the BASF and the German Research Center for Artificial Intelligence. We also have Casey Palisok, who has had more than 9 years of experience in data analytics, from being a complete beginner to becoming a pro, and now she is teaching data analytics, which is really great to see. And lastly, of course, we have Dom Laschetti, and I'm pretty sure that you guys have learned so much from him today. He's had more than 8 years of experience in data analytics, so you guys are in great hands. Okay, so some of our experts and mentors work at these companies and corporations, which I don't need to mention one by one. Just by looking at it, I'm sure that you guys are already familiar with them. Okay, so let me know if you have gotten the offer. Let me know in the comments if you signed up already, just like Sheila. Okay. Okay, so I did mention that we will have 8 modules in the course, and we will teach you the very introduction to data analytics as a profession, and then we'll teach you all these different programs and languages all the way until helping you land that first new job of yours. So let's dive a little more deeper into the modules. So the first one is where you will learn who data analysts are and what they do. So just understanding data analytics as a profession. What are the differences between a data analyst, an engineer, a scientist, and a system analyst? And what companies need data analytics, okay? What are the prospects out there, and how can you land a job in an international company? And if this is something that you are also looking to do, how can you move to a different country with this kind of job? Now, from there, we will teach you how to create reports using Excel, using functions and formulas, analyze data, create very, very simple analytical reports in Excel, and use basic rendering techniques. Now, from there, you will learn how to calculate and analyze business metrics using SQL at an advanced level. Of course, we will teach you the basics first, but it's important for us to make sure that you become an expert once you graduate from the course. Of course, we will teach you these programs at more of an advanced level as well. And then we will teach you how to automate analytics using Python. So just understand the basics of this programming language, understand how to load and analyze data, and of course, how to create charts and graphs, because this is going to be your job as a data analyst. You're going to have to showcase and show the results to your future employer or your future client. Again, we have 4 more modules here using SQL, using Power BI, conducting real-life business model reviews, and presenting your results. And of course, preparing for your job search in data analytics. And at the end of the course, you'll get your certificate of completion plus employment assistance from our Refocus Career Center. And we do have a job guarantee. So once you graduate from our course, we are very, very confident that you will find a job at any capacity. So it can be part-time, full-time, contractual, maybe an internship in this field of data analytics. And if you don't find a job within 6 months, we will return the course fee. So in the course, you will receive a more practice-oriented approach, necessary skills for you to really start honing them so that you become a master in these programs and languages, and you will also receive career growth. So who is this course for? This is really for someone who wants to start a new successful career, a change in the pace or a change in your environment. This is also for those who want to work remotely and have a stable, high salary, especially if you are a breadwinner for your family. Okay. And lastly, for those who want to simply upgrade their skills and get a promotion, if you are currently a data analyst or maybe a little bit in this field, this will give you the opportunity to hopefully get that promotion, hopefully get that bonus, right? Double your income. That's very, very possible for you. Okay, so it looks like we only have 10 spots left for the course. Let me know if you signed up already. So again, we do help you find a job by giving you the opportunity to showcase your skills, okay, the skills that you have learned within the course in front of the experts from these big companies. And we will be having a career showcase afterwards. And then we will have student recommendations to our partner companies. So you will be able to get your dream job, first of all, okay, increase your proficiency, and help businesses make better decisions. And what's great about this course and this profession is that data analytics is actually a universal profession. So you can easily switch from one sphere to another. So let's say you don't want to focus too much on data analytics. You can actually get into the industry of digital marketing. You can also get into programming. So many options for you here. It's just a really, really great foundation for you to start from. Plus, you'll get your new profession with an 80,000 pesos salary and an opportunity to work remotely for foreign companies. And just very briefly, I will show you the advantages of our course once again. And so here we go. The course price is actually priced at less than your future salary, okay? Meaning the total price of our 8-module course is less than one salary payment of an average data analyst. And according to Indeed.com, an average salary would be about 80,000 pesos. So this is how much you can start making. All right. So just putting things into perspective, if you do decide to take separate courses on these different programs, then you might accumulate a hefty amount of 100,000 pesos, which is quite heavy for the pocket. And we don't want that. So our regular price for this course is actually at this price, which is an interest-free installment for 12 months. But I did promise a very special discount just for our webinar participants, and that is 60% off the regular price. So now it is at this price per month, which you can pay for 12 months. And this is already at 60% off. Okay? Yes, David G, that is a fair price. Okay, so this price per month is really less than your fancy lattes or maybe even your milk tea. Movie dates can be quite expensive nowadays. And so just a little bit of sacrifice, save a little bit so that you can start treating your family, your girlfriend, your boyfriend out on these movie dates. Treat your family out for a nice vacation for the future, right? So if you haven't gotten the special offer yet, please do. We have the offer right here for you. And we are so confident about this course that we guarantee the result. So just in case you registered for the course, okay, and you were there, you're checking out the lessons, you have gotten into the sessions with your teachers, and you realize maybe this course isn't for me, then don't worry about it. We actually have a 14-day return guarantee. So give yourself time. You have 2 weeks to see and feel out if this course is really for you. And if not, then you can contact your supervisor and we will refund the money. So again, you'll get a job with a high salary that will quickly pay off the course. Remember that an average salary is 80,000 pesos. And also, most of us or some of our students actually start earning before graduating. So you can actually start applying all the things that you have learned within the course and start getting your clients, start getting new prospects. Okay, so this is what we really want for you. We want you to start earning already, and you don't need to wait until you graduate before you do so. So maybe you're thinking, is it expensive to get a new profession for this price per month? Okay, completely up to you. Just remember that the best investment is really an investment in yourself. Okay. So again, you will get that job with a salary that will quickly pay off the course. And the price of this course is actually lower compared to our competitors for such a comprehensible program. If you're thinking, what if I don't understand data analytics at all? We actually have a separate module with introductory information for beginners. So you can start here first, okay, and start to familiarize yourself with the concepts and the terms. And once you're ready, you can proceed to the main modules at your own pace. And always remember that you always have your mentors for any questions, okay? Feel free to contact them. And if you're already a data analytics specialist, well, great, because we provide an in-depth knowledge and skills in all the areas of data analytics. And we are always updating these materials. So this will just allow you to start upskilling and claim a higher position in your company, get that bonus, as I mentioned, get a bit of an upgrade in your company as well. Okay, now is 8 months too long for a course? The course is actually quite comprehensive, so it's important for us that you are well equipped before you graduate. Okay, so we want to make sure that you are confident enough in your skills in these programming languages. We want to make sure that you know how to present your results and your visuals to your future company or your future client. And so I think 8 months isn't too long for you to start making a high salary, okay, or getting that high paying job after graduation. Now, in terms of time, okay, the studying will only take about 5 to 10 hours a week. Okay, so if you have a full-time job, feel free to access the course or the lessons maybe after. Or also if you're a student, feel free to do that as well. You can also take your weekends and catch up with the lessons. Again, the video lessons are pre-recorded, so you can watch them anytime. Again, we have educated 3,550 students already here in the Philippines, and we currently have 55 batches of students studying right now. And we do have partnerships with these associations here in the Philippines. Okay, so the course is at a price of one future salary payment, actually less than one salary payment. Okay, so let me know. Jerome, thank you so much for enrolling. Looking forward to seeing you in class. All right, we are at the end of our webinar, and as promised, we have a little gift for you. Feel free to scan this QR code and join our Facebook page. Text us 10 and receive your guide, the top 10 mistakes beginners in data analytics should avoid in a reply. I'd like to thank Dom for his time and for your insights. Dom, thank you so much for your tips as well. I'm pretty sure that our participants learned a lot from you. And I would like to thank you guys as well for being here and spending your time with us. Much appreciated. Any last words, Dom?
Good luck, guys, and I'll see you.
All right, guys. Thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of your day. We'll see you in class. Bye.
Have a nice rest of the evening. Bye-bye.